আচ্ছা, তাহলে আমাদের প্রথম হলো প্রসিডিউর ক্লাস 1 ওটি লিস্টিং, দেন হলো ক্লিনিক্যাল প্রসিডিউরের ভিতরে ক্যানুলেশন, টেকিং ব্লাড স্যাম্পল, এফএনএসসি, ডিব্রাইডমেন্ট অফ দ্য কন্টামিনেটেড উন্ড, সুচারিং অ্যান্ড নট টাইম। ইন কেস অফ ওটি লিস্টিং ইনভেরিয়েবলি যেই সিনারিওগুলো যেভাবে আসে, প্রথমটা দেখেন হলো স্ট্র্যাঙ্গুলেটেড ইঙ্গুইনাল বাল্ব, হ্যাঁ, সাথে হলো কোমরবিডিটি দেওয়া, ধরেন সাপোজ সিওপিডি প্লাস হলো পেসমেকার। আচ্ছা, তাহলে কি হলো স্ট্র্যাঙ্গুলেটেড ইঙ্গুইনাল হার্নিয়া প্লাস হলো সিওপিডি গেল। সেকেন্ড সিনারিও কি আসলো, যে পেশেন্টের হলো ডাইভার্টিকুলার অ্যাবসিস, diverticular abscess, patient on warfarin plus holo pacemaker, right? আচ্ছা, তারপরে ধরেন সাপোজ আরেকটা সিনারিও ছিল বিলো নি অ্যাম্পুটেশনের পেশেন্ট, সংক্ষিপ্ত লিখলাম বিলো নি অ্যাম্পুটেশন, পেশেন্ট হলো ডায়াবেটিক, ঠিক আছে, পেশেন্ট হ্যাজ অ্যালার্জি অফ পেনিসিলিন অ্যান্ড আয়োডিন, অ্যালার্জি পেনিসিলিন প্লাস আয়োডিন, রাইট? এখন are you satisfied with this course, with this order? Assume this is the it's list in OT list. This is first case, this is second, and this is third. Are you satisfied with this list? Why? What will be your preferred first case? Okay, this one will be the first one. The second, diverticular abscess. Okay. Suppose this patient, first patient has the MRSA, MRSA positive. So this is the third case. Okay. Why this is first case? To save the bowel. Right, great. So strangulated inguinal hernia, to save the bowel, we put in the case number 1. Case, second case, diverticular abscess. Why not this? This patient is diabetic. We earlier studied the diabetic patient should be prioritized first into the OT list. Why? This, yes, this patient is as MRSA positive, so we'll keep it the last case. Okay. So in case of strangulated inguinal hernia, patient is already have the COPD. So what anesthesia you will prefer? The spinal anesthesia. Okay. Why not general anesthesia? Patient has COPD, delayed recovery, patient may need respiratory support. While you manage if there is any respiratory failure after operation in ITU. Okay. So ITU, which level of care? Level 3. Okay. So this is the second case, right? Sorry. So you put it the first, this is second, and this is third, right? In case of second case, what anesthesia you will prefer? Diverticular abscess patient is on warfarin, has pacemaker. General anesthesia. Why not spinal? Coagulopathy. Okay. So in this patient, the patient has pacemaker. So what precaution you will want to take? Preoperative and intraoperative or paraoperative? Company. Okay. We'll arrange the temporary pacing facility into the operation. And which diathermy you prefer for this patient? Bipolar diathermy. If there is bipolar is not available in your theater, We will go for short burst. Okay. Okay. Then, if the patient has our planning is sigmoidectomy. Okay. So the plan is sigmoidectomy. So what will you do after sigmoidectomy? We will go for encolostomy. So in case of encolostomy, what will be your preferable site of encolostomy? Back. What point we should keep in mind? Through the rectus abdominis muscle, below the belt line, easily accessible to the patient, avoid the bony crease. Should be in flat cervix. Great. Okay. So if the patient is on warfarin, so how will you manage this warfarin management? If the patient is high risk, assume the patient is high risk. Operation. Heparin. Before the operation.
And then after the operation, we will start low molecular heparin after 6 hours.
When the hemostasis is assumed to achieve well, we will restart the low molecular heparin. And when we start the warfarin? When the oral fluid, patient start to take oral fluid, then we will start the warfarin again. And when we stop the low molecular heparin? Normal range. Assume this is 1.4. We will stop the low molecular heparin and go for only warfarin. Okay, great. So this is the third case, right? If the patient is MRS, right? So and also the penicillin allergy. So our choice of antibiotic, erythromycin, vancomycin. So patient has the iodine allergy, right? So what preparation you want to take? Chlorhexidine. If there is no chlorhexidine in your theatre, alcohol-based preparation. If the alcohol-based preparation, you use the alcohol-based preparation, what precaution you want to take?
We will wait until the alcohol is
completely evaporate. Otherwise, there's a chance of skin burn. Right. So another question: if the patient is diabetic, right? The patient is diabetic. So how will you will take the good glycemic control? Optimum, what will be our optimum glucose level? By using sliding scale, optimum glucose level is 6 to 10 millimole per liter, right? And how will you monitor this glucose? By sliding scale, intraoperative, preoperative, peroperative, and postoperative, the hourly monitoring of the blood glucose, right? So this is the OT listing. This is the first case, the sternocleidomastoid hernia. This is the second case. This is the third case, right? Another one question, then if there is any chance of infection, any chance of ITU need in this patient, right? Suppose pacemaker or COPD, what will be the criteria of the ICU transfer to the patient to the ICU or SDU? We will have to read it. Okay. Then the cannulation of ATLS patient. Okay. Assume there's some okay. Suppose this is the blue, pink, green, right? Blue, pink, green. Gray and orange, right? So we keep it the red mark, the gray and orange, okay? So if the question said the patient need the urgent blood transfusion or urgent fluid resuscitation, so which color of cannula you want to give? Orange. This is for the urgent massive blood transfusion or urgent fluid resuscitation, right? And if we start from, this is 22, this is 18 gauge cannula, this is 16, this is, sorry, this is, yes, this is 20, this is 20,